Hello, welcome to today's 15-minute core and more class. We're going to be down on our mat for all of today's workout. So if you have a mat, have that handy. Today is going to be more of the more than the core. So just so you have a little bit of idea of what to anticipate, we're going to do a short warm up and then we're going to have 5 moves and we'll do them through 2 times. And then we'll do a little plank exercise at the end and then stretch. For each move, I'll do it for 40 seconds and then I'll do a 20-second rest, but feel free to go the same amount of time as me. You can go longer, you can go less, do whatever you want to do. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start here on your mat and here in tabletop. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. You're going to inhale, look up and arch that back. Exhale around the back and hang that head. You're going to move through this with your own pace. So you might be going slower or faster than me or than the person next to you. But the point is that with each movement, you move with your breath. It's going to start to prepare your body for the exercise. It's going to start preparing you mentally for the exercise. And it's a really good lower back stretch as well. So it's all really good. 2 more breaths. Good. You're going to stay right here in tabletop. Extend out the right hand and the left foot. Hold for a second. Bring it back down. And then the opposite side. Right leg out, left hand out. Again, you're going to be moving this at your own pace. We want this to be a controlled movement. We are not going for speed. This is not a competition. This is all about control, stabilizing the core, placing your hand and your foot out there and using your core to hold you while you're there. If you want to advance this a little bit, when you take have my right foot and my left hand out, you can touch a knee to an elbow, kind of like a crunch underneath, and then go back out. You could do 3 per side and then switch. Got lots of options. You choose what works best for you. We're almost done here. Good. Last warm up we're going to do is a flow. So you're going to start up here in plank. You're going to push it back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, push it up. Tuck those toes and then push back to down dog again. Inhale to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, push up. Tuck those toes. Exhale, push back. 1 more at your own pace with your own breath. All right. Your body should be a little bit warm now. We're going to begin with a glute extension. So again, you're going to stay right here in tabletop. I'm going to send my left leg up and then bring it back in. You can join me when you're ready. This is a glute extension. So I'm doing my left side, which means you should be feeling it on your left glute. While you're doing these, I want you to try super hard for the only movement that you're having is that left glute. So your right glute is going to stay stabilized. Your hips are staying stabilized. Your core is staying stabilized. All of the power is coming right here from your glute. I want it to be burning. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Set that side down. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. 40 seconds. Ready and begin. Since we're going through each of these exercises 2 times, the first time through, you are learning the move, figuring it out, what it feels like, getting a good grip on it. Second time through, you got to power through them and really burn it out. This is one of the good things about going through things 2 times. We have 20 seconds left. Actually, we had less than that. You are done. Good. All right. Next one, you don't have to start it quite yet. I'm just going to show it to you. We're going to be up here in plank. We're going to tap those toes out to either side. If you want to modify this, if you had a desk, you can put your hands on the desk and you're still in plank position, or you can do it off the wall as well. So either modification there. Ready and begin. Tapping those toes. While you're tapping your toes, I don't want your butt going up in the air like this because that's not working your core. I want you to stay here in plank position, straight line from the shoulders down to those toes. We're halfway through. Again, this is about stabilizing our core so we're not rocking our hips back and forth, but we're staying very still. You could have a glass of water on your back and it's not going to be falling over. 3, 2, 1. Good. All right. Next one, you're going to be laying on your side. You have two options. I'll start with the most advanced. Most advanced, you're going to be here in side plank, raising that leg and lowering it. Next option, you could go in a modified plank, raise and lower. Or last option, you can be laying down, raising and lowering. Your choice. Start with one. You can always switch it up at any point during it. 40 seconds. Ready and begin. This is one where the 40 seconds can get to be feeling long, and we're going to do it through twice. So my suggestion is start with the most advanced option you think you maybe can do. Start with that. Once your form starts to fall, you realize I cannot do this anymore. Halfway through, then switch to a more modified version. I would rather you start with something more advanced and you burn it out than you start with the most modified and you breeze through it. You want to be feeling the burn. That is a good thing. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Let's switch it to the other side. Ready and begin. You should never be ashamed of yourself or embarrassed if you have to ever modify something, or if you're using weights, go down in weights. All that means is that you were working hard and you were doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you recognize that your form is falling apart. So that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. Better to be striving for that than not. We're more than halfway through. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, guys. Let's take it back up to the top. Our 5 moves again. Glute extension is first. Remember, this is our second time through. You know what you're doing. You can do the exact same moves that we did last time, or if you want to pulse it, so it's a smaller movement, but you're getting more reps out, go for it. I want your glute to be feeling that burn. 40 seconds. Ready and begin. You might notice that your glutes start to feel it sooner. It's because we've been doing other exercises. That's good. Do not let your hips sink over to one side to make it easier for you. Keep those hips parallel to the ground. We're halfway through. When it's getting hard and when it's getting tough, that is when you are really making the most improvement. So that is a good sign. Really good sign. Almost there. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Woo. Feeling good, guys. We're going to even ourselves out. On the other side, ready and begin. You might have one side that's easier than another. That's pretty typical. Usually one side of our body is a little bit stronger than the other. Not always the same on every side, but sometimes it is. halfway. You're doing so good, guys. Keep powering through this. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, and 1. Good. You're doing great. We have 3 moves left. Our next one is our plank with our toe tap. Get ready up into that plank and begin tapping those toes. Helpful if you're not right next to the wall like I am. It makes your movement a little small. Nice, good space. We're halfway through. If that plank is starting to fall apart, feel free to hold your plank instead of adding the toe taps, or hold it for 5, and then tap for 5. 5 seconds left. Modify as needed. Anytime you see that form falling, it's time to modify. And stop. Good. We have our sideline leg raises. Remember, you can be up all the way. Bottom knee can be down, or you can be all the way down. Wherever you want to be. 40 seconds. Ready, and begin. I also challenge you with this one to not let that leg that's moving up and down touch the ground or your foot or whatever it's going against. It's going to keep that leg in the state of contraction the whole time, which makes it even harder. 20 seconds. We're halfway through this one. You guys got it. If you're not feeling the burn, I want you to pulse it, which means you start about straight ways out and then you pulse it up high. So if your muscles are not burning with the rest of us, make them burn. Join the fun. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Flip it over to the other side. Basically our last move. We're going to do a little bit of plank at the end. And we're all the way done. You guys are so close. Ready. And begin. Your lower back and your glutes are all part of your core. Generally, we think of our core just as our abs, but all of our core muscles are what keep us upright, standing upright, sitting upright, having good posture halfway through. And so it includes your abs, and it includes your back, and it includes your glutes. So that's why we're working all of them. 10 seconds left. Having a strong core makes literally all of your other moves be better, whether you're running, walking, lifting weights, and stop. Makes everything better. It's so good. So important. All right. I'm going to challenge you to hold a plank with me for 1 minute. You can modify it anyway. High plank, low plank, on your knees, on your toes, off the desk, off the wall. Let's try to do 1 minute together. This is our very last exercise today. Ready? And begin. You can change up the type of plank you're doing. I'll let you know when it's every 15 seconds. So if you want to change the type of plank you're doing to make it more interesting, to make the time faster, you can. That's 15 seconds. I'm going to go down here into a low plank for the next 15 seconds. If nothing else, it will make me grateful to go back up to a high plank when the next one comes up. And next 15, we're halfway through this. Feel free to take a break if you need. That is just fine. Just trying to do a minute at the end of each of these. 15 seconds left at the end of each of these core and more to increase our plank power. We're so close, guys. 5, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Push it back into child's pose. Stretch out that lower back. Stretch out those glutes. Take some deep breaths. If you want to stretch out your glutes a little bit more, put your hips to one side of your heels. So my glutes are to the right of my heels. And my hands are to the left to make that stretch a little bit deeper. Gonna walk it over and do the opposite. Good. Last glute stretch. While you're down here, an ankle over a knee. Push your heel in towards your glutes. Stretch out that glute a little bit more. When you're ready, sit over. Awesome, guys. Thanks for joining me today for Core and More. We'll see you next time.